What are you doing?
Do you want to go to the dog park?
I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy. Hey, where's that squirrel?
Me. Te lo perdiste.
Get it, buddy. Get it, buddy. Hey, choo choo.
Who did that? Did you do that? Did you do that? Go to kennel. Hey, kennel. Kennel.
Kiki is Honda. Kiki is Honda. Honda.
Once upon a time, in a town filled with wagging tails and playful barks, lived a goofy, lovable old English sheepdog named Winston. Winston wasn't just any dog. He was a walking, talking, four-legged cloud of fluff with a personality as big and bouncy as his hair. Winston loved going for walks, but his walks were never ordinary. His enormous, fluffy coat acted like a giant, furry magnet, attracting all sorts of interesting things. Leaves, twigs, stray tennis balls, even the occasional lost sock. Nothing was safe from Winston's woolly embrace. One sunny afternoon, Winston set off for his daily stroll with Lily and Tom, his human siblings. As they strolled through the park, Winston's fur collected an impressive array of debris. He emerged from a bush looking like a walking, shedding Christmas tree, adorned with colorful leaves and dangling branches. Then, a gust of wind blew a flurry of dandelion seeds his way. Winston, delighted, began to chase them, his fluffy coat acting like a giant dandelion seed catcher. He returned to Lily and Tom looking like a giant, sneezing cotton ball. Finally, at the park's pond, a flock of ducks decided Winston looked like a giant, floating nest. They waddled over and began trying to make themselves comfortable in his fur, much to Winston's surprise and the amusement of everyone around. Lily and Tom, covered in leaves, seeds, and duck feathers, finally managed to extract Winston from his walk-turned wildlife encounter. They returned home, leaving a trail of fluff and foliage in their wake, with Winston grinning, completely oblivious to the chaos he had caused. Winston loved food, especially human food. He had a particular fondness for anything that smelled remotely like bacon, pizza, or cake. And he wasn't shy about expressing his culinary desires, often with loud, dramatic whines and puppy dog eyes that could melt glaciers. Mrs. Higgins, his human mom, tried her best to keep Winston out of the kitchen, but Winston was a determined and surprisingly stealthy snacker. He'd sneak in when no one was looking, his fluffy body blending in with the kitchen curtains, his nose twitching as he sniffed out tasty treasures. One morning, Mrs. Higgins was baking a cake for Lily's birthday. She left the cake on the counter to cool and stepped away for a moment. That was all the invitation Winston needed. He crept into the kitchen, his eyes fixed on the cake. He tried to be subtle, reaching for the cake with his long, fluffy snout. But subtlety wasn't exactly Winston's forte. He ended up knocking the cake off the counter and onto the floor, where it landed with a splat. Winston, surrounded by a delicious pile of frosting and cake crumbs, looked up at Mrs. Higgins with an expression that said, "I have no idea how this happened, but it smells delicious." Mrs. Higgins, faced with the cake-covered canine and the ruined dessert, couldn't help but laugh. She knew there was no use getting angry with Winston. He was just being Winston, a big, fluffy, cake-loving goofball. Winston loved to sleep, but he had a very particular way of doing it. He didn't just curl up in his bed like a normal dog. Oh no, Winston preferred to find the most unusual and inconvenient places to take his naps. He'd fall asleep in the middle of the hallway, creating a fluffy obstacle course for anyone trying to get by. He'd snooze in the laundry basket, emerging covered in freshly folded clothes. He even once managed to fall asleep in the bathtub, thankfully dry, looking like a giant furry plug. One evening, Lily and Tom were having a movie night in the living room. Winston, after a long day of napping in various inappropriate locations, decided to join them. He settled down in front of the TV, his fluffy body completely blocking the screen. Lily and Tom tried to shift him, but Winston was out cold, snoring softly. They tried to lure him with treats, but he didn't even twitch. They ended up having to watch the movie by peering around and over the sleeping, snoring mountain of fluff. Halfway through the film, Winston began to twitch and whimper in his sleep. Lily and Tom exchanged worried glances, wondering what he was dreaming about. Suddenly, Winston let out a loud snort and rolled onto his back, his legs kicking in the air, his fluffy belly exposed. Lily and Tom burst into laughter. Their goofy, sleepy dog was putting on a hilarious show, even in his sleep. Winston, the walking, talking, accident-prone cloud of fluff, continued to bring joy and laughter to the Higgins household, one wild and woolly adventure at a time. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.